Entire Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kylaris, and today I'm going to be bringing you a game between EGIdrA and ROOTMinigun. And now I know what people are going to be saying. You have all probably already seen this cast on other places, at other places, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is, I love ROOTMinigun, and I have an even bigger passion for EGIdrA, as he is. I know this is sacrilege, but he is pretty much my favorite player right now. So I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm taken away by the mystique of EGIdrA in general, and even though he plays the Zergy pieces, he still tickles my funny bone and really gets me going. So yes, you've probably already seen this game elsewhere, but I don't really care. This is probably purely for my own benefit, as it's very rare that I'm ever going to be able to cast a game of EGIdrA, since he is a Zergy boy, and I'm going to be casting because hey, he's against ROOTMinigun, one of the best US Protoss right now. And I'm assuming that this is in the EG versus Root clan war thing on maybe Gosu Coaching. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't watched it elsewhere, so we'll have to see what's going on here. A quick announcement, I now have a US account, so if you are a US viewer, do add me to your friends list. Kylaris132 is my character code, so go ahead and add me and we can play some games. I am doing a little bit of ladder on there. I think I'm like 15 wins, 3 losses at the moment, but that was like placement, and one dude went like mass planetary fortress, and if you want to see that game, which I'm pretty sure you don't, because it was horrible, he went mass planetary fortress and I carrier rushed because I was messing around in my placements. Yeah, if you want to see that, give me a call, or a comment even, and I will certainly do that for people that want to see that silly game. So, ROOTMinigun here, going to be opening very standard, leaving a little hole there, and he's going to be putting his cybernetics core in a position just to be able to block that off, and also grabbing that assimilator at a very standard time. EGIdrA here, ever the predictable Zerg, going to be going for a very standard build, and it's not very often that we do see anything too cheesy out of EGIdrA, but we have indeed seen 1 or 2 6 pulls from EGIdrA, including that 6 pull that was not successful against Jinro in the GSL, thanks to like a 1 health marine or something like that. So EGIdrA can be a little cheesy guy, but generally going for very standard play. Scouting around here, going to be seeing everything that is going on in the base of ROOTMinigun. He does have that second gas down, and going to be throwing down at a pylon in order to be able to potentially hide some tech in the back of his base. Do have expansion now going down for EGIdrA. Very standard play here. And if any lag occurs during this video, I'm not going to mention it at all. I'm just going to seamlessly transition from one side to another, and it just happened as I said that, so great. Sentry now coming out for ROOTMinigun, so it really looks like he's going to be Ghost 3 gate expanding here at this point, as he looks like he's going to be getting a decent amount of sentries, no doubt throwing 2 gateways down very soon. We've gone over that a billion million times, but it's always good to point that out regardless, as I'm supposed to be a commentator. So a few Zerglings here going to be chasing down this probe. This probe will get away, get to the base, back into the base of Minigun, as that speed will not kick in for quite a while, and they're pretty much exactly the same speed at this point. So far, good coverage with these overlords, putting them in the as decent places as can at this point, but not much going on in the way of this game right now. That drone trying to get a few pot shots off at that probe, but indeed the drone does go down, as that sentry was just too much for him. So indeed, throwing down 2 gateways, and I'm lagging, I shouldn't mention it, but throwing down a pylon as well as perimeter, just to spot for any incoming things that do occur. Nice transfer of drones there from EGIdrA, and taking guys off gas, as predictable as EGIdrA is, and that speed almost halfway done now. We do have, a Twilight Council going down for Mr. ROOTMinigun. So, in fact, I actually missed that. I thought these were 2 gateways, but there was a Twilight Council and a gateway. So, I'm under the assumption he's faking the idea of, like, an expansion here, but going to be transferring into Blink Stalkers. Oh, but EGIdrA does scout that, so he's going to be well aware of what is going on. And indeed, he is chrono boosting that Blink, so EGIdrA is going to know that the Blink Stalkers are coming. Unless now ROOTMinigun just expands behind this. I mean, that would kind of be quite clever, although he has thrown down a 4th gateway, so indeed he is going to be pumping out quite a lot of stalkers, and he's going to be trying to pressure EGIdrA in a similar way to Nazgul back a few months. So it's going to be interesting to see how ROOTMinigun can deal with this, and he is indeed blocking off the bottom his ramp, so no Zergling run-bys can come along. keeping that probe out just so we can make more forward pylons, but just warping in here at the same time. These Zerglings are going to be poking up here anytime soon, but realizing that they cannot get in at all. We do have a big movement down here now from ROOTMinigun, and I wouldn't be surprised if there we are, a lot of Zerglings going to be chasing that back, and really needs to get in good positioning. Not too bad a force field, but these a nice blink there. But they did blink into a few more Zerglings, and those Zerglings did finish off those Zealots and that sentry up at the top. So now all these... Oh, a nice escape there by Minigun. I was going to say that those sentries were going to get picked off, and in fact that probe got picked off as well, so ROOTMinigun now in a bit of trouble here. He's actually warping in even more Stalkers who were just getting shots on these Zealots. Zerglings even on the high ground, but now they can't see them, and he's going to be trying to keep these Stalkers against the wall for as long as possible, whilst all these Zerglings do come and try and surround. If he gets really good blink micro off here, he could be in a really good position, but he's going to be forced to retreat as these Zerglings are just too much for him. Even the blink micro cannot withstand the sheer onslaught of Zerglings at that point. That is a lot of Zerglings early on in the game for EGIdrA, but he reacted to scouting the blink very, very well, and now ROOTMinigun in real trouble. He is trying to kill this pylon off with his Stalkers, but he's going to be blinking up to the high ground once these guys do get lower on shields. Indeed, he has warped in a few more. These retreating Stalkers here are going to be killing that pylon off, and he's probably going to want to expand off this as he's quite behind. But in fact he's throwing down a Dark Shrine. That's sort of pretty desperate at this point for Minigun. The initial push of the Blink Stalkers did fail dramatically with a really lovely intercept from EGIdrA, and he's really going to be on the back foot in terms of what he's doing. So he's just, in the terms of economy, so basically he's just going to be hoping that the Blink Stalkers work, hoping that the layer isn't out for EGIdrA, but as we can see in the production tab, the layer is on the way, so he's going to have an Overseer anytime soon, as whenever you scout a Twilight Council, as any player really, you should always be aware that Dark Templar tech could be incoming at any time. So that layer is up now, and we haven't seen any Overseers come out for EGIdrA just yet. I'm really surprised by that. He is producing a lot of Zerglings, and these two Spine Crawlers getting ridiculously close to these units here. Nice backs around there. He's going to be able to get quite a few of these Stalkers, but nice blink micro from those Stalkers. And we have a few more Zealots coming in here. And oh my god, those Stalkers are in such good position in order to be able to fend this off. Only the Zealots could be hit at this point. These back rocks proving really pesky for EGIdrA at this point, and now the Dark Shrine is almost complete and there is no Overseer on the field. Oh my god, this is going to be ridiculous. He hasn't warped into any DTs just yet, but he is warping in more Stalkers, and they're going to be able to fend this off. Oh, but the pylon does go down, so he's going to need to warp Dark Templar in up here in a lesser convenient position, and EGIdrA now really needs out that Overseer, otherwise he's going to get DT'd, to put it bluntly. And there we do have some Dark Templar warping in right now. We do have Groove Spines on the way for EGIdrA, but that's really not what he needs against Dark Templar, and those Dark Templar are going to be coming in now. Really nice blink micro here. The Zergling's trying to surround, but they're really not getting much damage done, and the Overseer is now morphing in. There are two Overseers morphing in, so they're going to really kind of put the hurt on these Dark Templars. And ROOTMinigun, I'm really not sure what he's going to be able to do here. Nice block there by EGIdrA with those Zerglings, making sure that they can't get up, and going to be surrounding that Dark Templar there. The other Dark Templar is going to be going down very soon, and ROOTMinigun looks like he's really on the back burner. He's pretty much done now, and EGIdrA proving once again that he is an absolute dominant force, beating out one of the best Protosses that I have seen for a while out of the US, and now going to be doing a run by with a lot of Zerglings. He realizes that there's not much in the base of Minigun. He had this one Zergling scouting for a long time, and now he's going to be coming up this ramp, taking out this Zealot even, and Minigun GG's. So that is going to be the end of that game, ladies and gents, and thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And also hopefully I'm going to be having some interesting ventures coming up very, very soon, and once they do come to fruition, I will indeed announce them. So stay tuned, ladies and gents, and I will see you next time.